As Israel slips into another Sabbath, the release of prisoners has and the release of hostages has still not been effected. The Prime Minister is apparently personally supervising the release from the IDF command center in Tel Aviv. But I said earlier, the real problem is neither side has got very much to be crowing over. The Hamas Custom Brigade exchanged Gilad Shalit a couple of years ago for 1,000 Palestinian prisoners. That was the exchange rate a couple of years ago. Now they are negotiating for 50, for the return of 50 Israeli hostages in return for 150 Palestinian prisoners from Offa jail. The Israelis have drawn up a list of 300 Palestinian prisoners who might potentially be released, and they have said very clearly that for every 10 hostages released, they will add another 24 hours onto the pause in fighting. But they've also now told people that they should be going to the west of Khan Yunis and should keep in the south of the Gaza Strip. So the area in which the Gazans are being herded, no better word for it, is getting significantly smaller. I don't quite understand how it's possible to push 2 million frightened people into an increasingly smaller area. And that's 2 million people who have already been displaced, who already have lost their homes. And of course, many want to go north to see what is left of the home that they were forced to abandon by the Israeli siege and ground offensive. I don't understand how anything positive can come out of this from an Israeli point of view, even if all the hostages are released, because this has all the makings for a festering resentment for the foreseeable future. What is being presented to me by those people who think that Israel's doing the right thing, and there's very few of those who get in touch with me, is that this mirrors the destruction of Berlin at the end of the Second World War. And out of that ruin came the vibrant society that is modern Germany. But it takes many years and a lot of investment. And Israel would have been in a much better position if it had taken up the support and the military initiative of neighboring states. And it's already heavily dependent, for example, on Qatar to negotiate the release of the hostages. It was supposed to happen by 4 o'clock. It's now just past 6 o'clock. And although there are cars moving around in convoys here and there, nothing has actually been established clearly. And at any moment this could go seriously wrong because nobody trusts anybody. Building up that trust is not only necessary over this pause, but will certainly be necessary over the longer peace settlement that follows the war. And on what grounds is trust to be based? I think, again, the first grounds on which trust can be based is the eradication of the Hamas leadership and the eradication of the current Israeli leadership. That means not only the resignation of Netanyahu, who failed to provide security, and also of the president. Both the president and the prime minister were both invoking language which smacks of aggression and can be easily interpreted as promoting genocide, which I don't think Israel has done, but I can understand those who say that the language supports that. As I'm talking now, 4:03 British time, 6:03 Israeli time, Israel's security source says the hostages are in the hands of Israeli security. So we wait to see what happens next.